behind it, the FIM Motocross World Championship, the Fiat Professional MXGP of France at Ernée. The two Red Bull KTMs of Prado and Jonas gated well, but Prado got it wrong and disappeared immediately. He would rejoin the race, but at the back of the field. Jonas led the way from the 128 of Monticelli. But Jonas had other ideas. He was pulling clear of the 33 of Julien Lieber, who was quickly into second. David Herbertot was in there in third. Patrell was fourth. Thomas Covington was fifth, as Jorge Prado came in for some running repairs. He went back out in the race and eventually come home in 27th position, not what the Spaniard wanted. Julien Lieber made a mistake whilst in second place. That allowed Benoit Patrell to close in on his Khmer Yamaha. Meanwhile, the F&H Kawasaki of Herbertot was well placed there with the 64 of Covington and the 161 of Alvin Osman closing in on him. These guys were fighting well inside the top 5 places, but Lieber was hanging on to second. Patrell closing in with every single lap. Made a move down the inside. Didn't quite work out the first time, but the second time it did. And Patrell was into second halfway through the race on lap 7. Lieber then just parked it in third, and the LRT KTM rider will be more than pleased with that. Jorge Prado fell again in the closing stages of the race. It was just one of those days for the Red Bull KTM rider. David Herbertot, though, got caught and passed by the 161 of Alvin Osland. The Khmer Yamaha going through to 6th with about 3 laps to go. Eventually, Herbertot on the F&H Kawasaki faded down to 9th as Thomas Covington also came through, and on the final lap, Darian Sanai on the Monster Energy DRT Kawasaki. But it was Jonas, for the 4th time this year, who eventually crossed the line to take the MX2 qualifying race. Benoit Patrell was second, Julien Lieber third, Brent Van Donnet, Thomas Kjær Olsen, top 5. Official confirmation then, Jonas, Patrell, Lieber, Van Donnet, Olsen, Osland, Covington and Sanai.
You know, I got a really good start, and thanks for Red Bull KTM Factory Racing team. It's just, yeah, I made a, you know, tight the first turn and get a whole yeah, actually I led after. I think I didn't get a whole shot, but I led after the second corner, so I was pretty happy about that. You know, I could ride my own lines in the first laps. The track was a little bit slippery because they put some water, but overall I'm enjoying the track, you know, just enjoying the atmosphere because the French fans, they're crazy out there, you know, and really looking forward for tomorrow's race.
Good luck for them, thanks.
Thank you.
MXGP qualifying. Jeffrey Hurling's got squeezed in the middle of the gate as Tony Cairoli thought he'd grabbed a whole shot, but it was Romain Febvre who merged first on his Monster Energy Yamaha, but not for long. Commander Sal soon took over by the time they reached turn 2. Febvre was second, Boutron third, Cairoli was fourth. The Spaniard on the Marchetti Racing Team KTM was no mood for taking any kind of prisoners. He hung in there as long as he could. Paulin got himself into fourth early on. Cairoli got pushed back to 6th as his teammate came by, Glenn Koldenhoff. Towards the end of the opening lap, Febvre fell from second, whilst challenging Clément de Sales for the lead. And then Boutron started to slow things up a little bit. He was in 4th place, but Paulin went through at the bottom of the hill, and then after that, they all queued up behind Boutron. Eventually, it was a pretty titanic battle because later on in the race, the number 12 of Max Nagel got himself up into 4th with a pass on Gauthier Paulin. Then Paulin stalled in the corner, that held up Cairoli. Hurlings from out of nowhere found his way past his teammate, but then in the next corner, another mistake from Paulin allowed Cairoli to go around the outside. He thought he'd got 2 for 1, but Hurlings was having none of it, and he got himself up there as well. Found himself into 5th place. Cairoli was in 6th, Paulin was in 7th. Cairoli had 1 or 2 goes at his teammate, but to no avail. And what was a pretty thrilling end to MXGP qualifying. de Sales was out front on his own. Meanwhile, the number 4 of Arnautonis had a problem with the Wilbo Yamaha whilst in 10th. In the later stages of the race, The 2.59 Red Bull KTM of Glenn Koldenoff came under attack for that third place from the number 12 Rockstar Energy Husqvarna of Max Nagel. De Sal was also getting caught on his Monster Energy Kawasaki by the Monster Energy Yamaha of Roman Fevre. In the closing stages of the race, though, Jeffrey Hurlings picked off 2 places on the final lap to get himself into third. Koldenoff was 4th, Nagel dropped to 5th, Cairoli was 6th, and Gauthier Paulin was 7th. But it was a great ride through the field for Jeffrey Hurlings to go from 8th to 3rd by the time the race was done. Official confirmation then. Commander Sal, Roman Fevre, Jeffrey Hurlings, Glenn Koldenoff, Max Nagel, Tony Cairoli, Gauthier Paulin, Jeremy Van Horbeek, 8th.
Yes, true. Really perfect qualification, actually. You know, when I'm in top 5 or top 6, for me it's good a Saturday. But you know, the start was there after the second start. You know, and I did my own rhythm. You know, and yeah, tried to push a little, of course. And then yeah, I saw Feb coming back, but then I was still concentrating on myself. It was a good qualification. Still finished first, and it's really nice.